Well, what got me into real estate is, I always kind of had my eye on the industry. My dad, he built a few houses while we were growing up, and naturally, I just learned how to swing a hammer. The situation I found myself in before I got into real estate was I was working for someone else in these trades, working like a slave, basically. Long days, weekends, and it's just starting to take a toll on my body. I had a small kid. It was kind of hard to get down on the ground and play at the end of the day. And yeah, we were living check to check, still struggling, even though I was working really, really hard. It's obviously for any parent, it's just the future of your kids, your family. What am I going to be able to leave for them unless I make a dramatic change right now? I always heard to get into the real estate industry, you almost got to be prepared to not see a paycheck for 6 months. With being a new father, that made it feel like almost unattainable. When I got into the business, one of the biggest frustrations that I had is that, I didn't really know anyone. I didn't have a sphere of influence out here. I've always was told that it's about who you know. Who am I going to do business with? Where I found Vantage West was actually, I always seen the branding around town. And I always thought it was a bit unique. It stood out. And eventually I ended up meeting this guy, AJ. I pulled up to the job site. There's this guy, he's a few years older than me. Looks like he's doing really quite well, yakking on the phone in the car, in the Range Rover. Yeah, I was like, what's this guy doing? He's obviously got something right. I always had this saying, if you want to be a chef, you go find a chef. If you want to be a ninja, you go find a ninja. So this guy's obviously doing good in that realm that I want to be involved in, that I always kind of had my eye on. Well, how I came to the decision that this brokerage was right for me, to be honest, in the back of my mind, there was no other option. This is a really unique group of people. They all seem very, very connected, very driven, and everybody really wants to make kind of a difference in their life, but other people's lives as well. If I was to describe the culture and the vibe that we have around the office, it's a great energy, this constant buzz, and just this positive energy around, and you kind of feed off the other people. I think it's a great thing that we actually start every meeting with gratitude. Everybody just goes around and kind of talks about what they're grateful for. And I think this is huge. When you're grateful for the things that you have and you take time to really account for that, it has a huge impact on your headspace, how you show up to everything you do. What I can say about the training at Vantage West, it being second to none is an understatement. There's nothing better. We meet regularly as a team, we collaborate. People are bringing all sorts of bits of knowledge on a weekly basis. Everybody's, available if you need anything. You can always call on one of your team members. It's actually a true team. That's the great thing about our group. They're definitely helping me elevate as well as an individual, both personally and professionally. Yeah, the leads that our inside sales department creates, it has a huge impact on my personal success there, because I didn't know anybody here. I didn't know who I was going to sell anything to. I didn't know where my first listing was going to come from. They were able to serve up an abundance of opportunity. From time to time, I almost need to turn off the tap because there is so much opportunity out there. I feel like I got some great support behind me. They're the right people in the right roles. They love what they do, and they're passionate about, delivering the best service they can possibly deliver. This allows me to sell a lot of real estate and still have a life at the end of the day. And that's what I don't think you can find anywhere else. I think we found a great system that kind of gives you a real healthy balance. I like to think I'm a pretty motivated guy, and when you have a very, very clear purpose, you wake up every morning, you're excited about it. And yeah, you got a reason to keep pushing through the hard times. I see my dad struggle with some of his real estate investments, and I thought, I would be able to help people navigate this to make sure that they get the outcome that they want, to build some financial freedom. I love being able to help people with that. It is totally my goal to have my personal real estate investments cover every expense in my life. Even at that point, I think I would still want to serve people out of the desire to help them succeed. The last 2 years has really been a dramatic change in my world. I could sit back and enjoy time with my family. I'm probably the most financially secure I've ever been in my life. And that definitely makes me a better consultant. I'm negotiating for my clients out of a place of abundance rather than scarcity. Some of the things that I can do now that I could never have dreamed of before is, being able to take my family on some great vacations to the places we want to go. Being able to buy a brand new house, be able to furnish that house with the stuff that I want. Yeah, just everything in life, just not settling. If I hadn't gotten into this industry and found Vantage West, I'd probably still be on the tools. I'd probably be quite depressed because we'd probably still be living check to check. So what I would say to anybody on the cusp of making the decision to get into this business would probably be, take the leap. Look at, the brokerage model and really get a good understanding of, where you're gonna be trained. What kind of training are they gonna offer you? Because it's tough out there. There's probably over 1,000 agents in the Valley. It's very competitive. Training is everything. It has a huge impact on your ability to influence as well as provide value to the people that we're serving out there in the industry. As we have new people come on, one of the things I do really sincerely enjoy is being able to help give them advice. I love hearing when they come back to me and they're like, yes, that worked, it came together, and just helping them succeed as well too. Yeah, I know it probably sounds cheesy, but I actually probably derive just as much satisfaction from watching some of our newer agents really thrive and succeed and come up in the market than, even for myself closing a big deal.